Bub Nation, we all know that our tight end room is not sexy at all. But is it possible we get some surprise production out of the group this year in 2025? I think it might come from our new additions that we've had. So I'm going to dive into the state of the union when it comes to our tight end position. Y'all be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who's going to be the most productive tight end out of this room? Y'all let me know, like, subscribe, all of that. But let's go ahead and dive in. We're going to start with the returners. We'll get to Zach Atkins, and then we'll talk about the intriguing freshman that I think I'm most excited about. So let's go ahead and get started. It's a small group, guys, right now, including walk-ons. We got 4 or 5 guys that are interesting. So Savell Smalls, he's our returning tight end. Starting tight end last year. Doesn't really give you much at all in the receiving game. Helps in the blocking game. I think that he's a good blocker. But I think in retrospect, we should have just had a 6th offensive lineman out there, I think, for the most part, when he's not really much of a receiving threat. Can he become more of a receiving threat this year? We'll have to see. Walk-ons, Brady Kopetz, as well as Charlie Williams. These guys very well could have a bigger role on the team this year. Brady Kopetz, I think he's more of just kind of an inline blocking tight end, but Charlie Williams, I think, has some ability to get downfield, some receiving chops coming out here from UNLV. We'll see if he's able to work a role in for himself into this offense. We'll have to see. But I think the guy that I'm expecting the most production out of right now off the top this year is Northwest Missouri State transfer Zach Atkins, 6'4", 240 pounds, a tight end, coming out here again from the D2 ranks. We'll see what Brett Bartolone is able to do with him. He did average 12 yards of reception over at Northwest Missouri State, but they didn't involve him in the offense much at all. You see, caught 30 passes throughout his 3 seasons there for 4 touchdowns, and 18 of those 30 receptions actually came last year in 2024, where he had 179 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think he's definitely a red zone threat for Kane Salter, Julian Lewis. But how does he make that transition from Division II up to not only D1, but Big 12 football, Power 4 football? That remains to be seen, but hey, it's nice that we've brought in a tight end with at least some production and a guy that I think has the ability to both block and get downfield. But how quick is he going to look going up against Big 12 defenses? We'll have to see. Now, when it comes to the freshman tight ends, these are the guys that I'm most excited about. And let's talk about the early enrollee that we had first off. Was a 3-star tight end, 6'5", 250 as a freshman. Corbin Leour, Bluff City, Tennessee, playing for Science Hill High School out there in Bluff City, and very productive tight end. 64 receptions his junior year. They don't have his senior year stats on here, so we'll have to see if we can ever find those. But averaged 12 yards of reception as a junior, and we can throw on some of the receiving tape here, just a big time red zone threat, a guy, again, that's 6'5", 250 pounds. He can go up and high point the ball. He can bring in those contested catches, those jump balls, maybe at even better than a 50-50 rate. And you can see his just speed in the open field. I mean, once he's just able to get the ball, look at that yak. That's a beautiful thing. We haven't had a tight end here in a couple seasons now, I guess, since Mikey Harrison that could do something with the ball after the catch. No, he wasn't much of a blocker. He's just kind of like a big slot. But, hey, we need that in this offense. And you can see here, he can play that big slot type of role when we need. Man, I love it. He's going to be going up against bigger guys, of course, in the Big 12. But I think right now, when you look at just how he looks athletically, you see right there. I love that little punch he has at the end of that block. He's got some nasty to his game. I'm excited to see what he could do. And because, I don't feel like the floor or the potential of this room outside the freshman is honestly very high right now, I could totally see somebody like Corbin Leour, especially being an early enrollee freshman, getting some playing time this year for the Buffs as a true freshman. I could see it. I could see walk-ons getting time in this room. I really have no idea how this room's going to turn out, but we don't have guys on this team like Corbin Leour, not at all with I think the ceiling that he has long-term throughout his career here at CU. So that's a little bit on Corbin Leour. Let's go ahead and get to the other freshman. Now, he's not an early enrollee, but somebody that I am pumped up about. I'm bricked up about Zayn Duza, Loveland, Colorado. Did not enroll early, so he'll be here, I guess, when summer workouts start this week, maybe. But had to play basketball. Great power forward. You like to see your tight ends with basketball experience. Of course, the tight end commit that we have right now from the state of Illinois, that I'm forgetting his name right now, he's also a basketball convert, has just now started playing football recently, but love the dual athlete stuff, especially for the tight end position. Zayn Duza is that 6'6", 260 pounds. He comes in with a college-ready body, and when you take a look at his statistics at Loveland High School, you can see 51 receptions, 446 yards, 6 TDs. He's a red zone threat. 19 receptions, 330 yards, 17.4 yards per reception as a junior. Man, that's crazy. And he's definitely an intriguing athlete as well. I want to show you guys this. Kind of lining up as that big slot, as you can see. Goes and then tight and then bam, just I think he's got the body to block in line as well. Of course, that's what you're hoping for if your tight end's 260 pounds. Somebody that can line up in line. I think he can play big slot as well, but see bulldozering guys, that's always great to see. And let's get to some of the catches. I think we had a nice little catch and run right here. You can see 87 going out towards the sideline, mossing that dude, one-handed catch, stays balanced, and grabs the touchdown. Beautiful thing to see. Again, him and Corbin Leour, they got the yak ability. They got the ability to play the big slot. You just want to get the ball in their hands, and they can get that yak. I think it's a beautiful thing. So, we're going to have to see. I mean, Zayn Duza is somebody that he's just now getting ready to start practicing for the Buffs. How quickly can he pick up the offense and earn the trust of Brett Bartoloni and the rest of the Buffs coaches? We'll have to see. But again, I think that it would not surprise me at all to see these guys, Corbin Leour, Zayn Duza, on the field, especially as we get into the second half of the season this year in 2025 for the Buffs. Again, we just don't have other tight ends I feel like they can do these types of things. So y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments, man, on who you're most intrigued about from this Buffs tight end room. It's wide open, I feel. So thank you guys so much. Hit that like and subscribe on the way out. I'll be back with another video soon. As always, go Buffs.